What's up guys, it's Endymion, and in a bombshell news announcement out of nowhere, Microsoft just bought the entirety of Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion. That's a lot of V-Bucks. So what does this mean? What happens now? And what does this all end up becoming for platforms like Nintendo or PlayStation? Well, let's dive in, shall we? So, Microsoft now owns the Overwatch, Diablo, World of Warcraft, Candy Crush, StarCraft, Call of Duty, and even other franchises like Prototype and Sekiro as well now. That's a lot of properties. And as someone who primarily plays on PlayStation 5, this news has me a little jaded, if I'm being honest. If we look back, Microsoft also bought Bethesda a while ago as well, and they confirmed that the new Elder Scrolls title, along with other Bethesda properties like Avowed or Redfall, would be Xbox only, which puts a wrinkle in the gaming landscape for people who don't play on Xbox like myself. Although, it's not all doom and gloom. See, properties like Call of Duty have become synonymous with platforms like PlayStation, so much so that the majority of the sales of Activision's biggest franchise makes a large section of their sales on the Sony-owned platform. So, if Xbox were to reel in Call of Duty or say Overwatch and keep it from PlayStation ecosystems, it would be a major blow for the community at large, and really, it wouldn't benefit Microsoft to pigeonhole these franchises behind its platform. Simply put, franchises like Call of Duty make way too much money to not be readily accessible across different platforms. And although people might look at this as the death of PlayStation, it actually isn't. See, Microsoft even says in their own personal article on this buyout that buying Activision Blizzard now puts Microsoft in third place on the world stage for gaming publishers and market value, behind China's owned Tencent and of course the legendary PlayStation platform. Meaning that even with Bethesda and this recent Activision deal, Microsoft is still considered behind PlayStation in case you want to put it into perspective on just how large and profitable Sony's monolithic PlayStation platform has become since its inception in the late 90s. This is why I think Microsoft won't withhold these franchises from platforms like PlayStation or Nintendo. They are simply too large and profitable to not do business with. Although this deal does increase the value and longevity of Xbox's Game Pass, we also need to realize that Sony is not out of this fight yet. Not by a long shot. Not even including huge tentpole releases for this year like the imminent Horizon Forbidden West or God of War Ragnarok, Sony has been quietly gearing up for their answer to the Xbox Game Pass model, with reports that PlayStation Now gift cards are being taken off store shelves, and random PlayStation 3 games are showing up on the PlayStation 5 store as being available for purchase. This all stemming from the imminent reveal of Sony's Game Pass, which is codenamed Spartacus. Furthermore, the architect behind PlayStation, whose name is Mark Cerny, was recently in the news where a secret leaked patent revealed that Cerny and his team may have solved and are soon to announce complete and utter backwards compatibility for the PlayStation 4 and 5, allowing players to play games from the original PlayStation all the way up to the PS3. No idea about Vita though. Not to mention, many companies are still in bed with Sony, creating lucrative licensing deals to have their games appear as exclusive titles on the PlayStation platform. A good example of this is Square Enix, whose games like Final Fantasy XVI and this year's Forspoken are both PlayStation only. And there's even been news breaking as recently as a week or so ago that Square Enix has even more big unannounced games that will also premiere on PlayStation as well in the near future. This is all a big-winded way of me saying that while Microsoft swinging their hypothetical economy-sized dick around buying up whatever they can is a worrying prospect and has many wondering if what Microsoft is doing is considered a monopoly, we need to understand that even with these recent acquisitions, this still leaves Microsoft's Xbox platform lagging behind PlayStation and Tencent. Microsoft would probably need to buy Sega and even more huge platforms before it would even be considered equal or greater than its greatest rival, which is of course Sony in this case. So if you're a PlayStation-only player like myself, this news was obviously a shock and may have you worried that the future of gaming will become even more gated and cut up. But I think we should all just relax and see things with a level head instead. Microsoft would be pretty idiotic to not profit from titles like Call of Duty by releasing it on other platforms. And since the development costs of a single Call of Duty title are already astronomical, Releasing new CODs every year on Game Pass day one with no further purchases would actually lose Microsoft more money than they would gain, so in a business sense, it, well, makes quite literally no sense basically. I know some people will say, but they put Halo Infinite on their day one, but let's be honest with ourselves guys, the previous not Bungie made Halo games didn't sell well prior to Game Pass anyways, so putting Halo on Game Pass was really the only way people would even be bothered to play it anyways. Call of Duty, on the other hand, sells literal millions upon millions of copies every year regardless of quality. Opting out of the AAA price of admission for a subscription service for Call of Duty would just be moronic on Xbox's part. Of course, this is all speculation, so we'll have to see. And games like World of Warcraft or StarCraft have always been PC mostly anyway, so the acquisition in that sense doesn't change much there. It's actually even less so when you consider that Final Fantasy XIV is the biggest MMO on the market right now anyway, which by the way you can play on PlayStation platforms as well. At least this huge purchase will result in the gross excuse of a human being, that is Bobby Kotick, finally being removed from his lucrative abusive throne eventually, so I guess at least that's good. But ultimately, while this is a huge tonal shift in the game industry, this is not the end but a huge spark for the ongoing war for your time as a gamer. So let me know what you think of this colossal news in the comments, subscribe and like, and maybe even share this around to give others some perspective. Thanks to my patrons for their support, and I'm Endymion. Thanks for watching. Apologies about 2 videos in one day, but this video I didn't plan on making obviously since I didn't even know it was going to happen in the first place. Anyways, if you want more news and original gaming content, make sure to stick around, and I'll see you in the next one.